So first, General, your assessment of the reality on the ground, is this being contrived for congressional, for their own ambitions of legislation, or do you believe the war is taking a turn?
Well, I don't believe either. I think right now the Russians have a bit of the momentum. I believe that they're making some progress that they haven't made before, but the progress right now is incremental at best. It is certainly the case that right now they have the initiative. The Ukrainians are on the defense. We'll watch and see if this advantage turns into a breakthrough. I personally don't think that will happen, though.
Jared, I know that people on the ground are very panicky about what's happening, and that a lot of people are picking up and moving west. That hasn't happened in a while in Ukraine. People have felt somewhat comfortable sticking with where they were. What are you hearing on the ground about how they feel about their fates and fortune?
Well, thank you for having me, Chris. On the ground, I know that the Ukrainians are still very united. They still have the fighting spirit, but the situation's dire. People are worried right now. They're worried about seeing another Mariupol. They're worried about seeing another Melitopol, another occupation of Kherson. So the people are worried right now.
General, is there a reason to believe that what's happening right now has anything to do with funding or munitions on the Ukraine side?
Well, it certainly does have to do with munitions, but that's a production problem, not necessarily a political problem. I wrote an article for the Wall Street Journal in September of 22 saying we were going to run into this problem, that we did not have the production capability to keep up with the amount of ammunition that this was going to take to run particularly this kind of defense. Candidly, I'm surprised that we have not had this problem well before now.
So, Jared, how do you see that? I mean, I know a lot. I know that President Zelensky and I know that people around him are saying if the U.S. doesn't step up and step up soon, it could be the deciding factor. Do you think that that is them just getting a little desperate, or do you see that reflected in what they need?
You know, Chris, all I can speak to is what I'm hearing on the ground. We operate in frontline cities, and I'm being told that the lines in several areas are stretched very thin, and you're seeing a lot of Russians amassing in areas like Zaporizhia, Kupiansk, and that's what's worrying people right now the most.
What's your biggest concern?
My biggest concern is that they're going to break through and they're going to reoccupy some of these places, and they're going to come in with severe vengeance, just like they've done already, and that they've shown that they're capable of doing in places like Mariupol and when they occupied Kherson.
Jared, why are you and the brothers and sisters that you get to volunteer, why are you there?
For me, Chris, I think a lot of it came back to my own military service, my own call to service. I'm a third-generation Marine. Both my fathers fought, our grandfathers fought in the Pacific. My father's a retired Marine. So when the full-on invasion happened in 2022, I just felt a need to go in and help as much as I could, bridge the community, my own community, with what was happening there. And we saw a lot of success with that. So we continued and we kept working. And now we're just making a lot of great impacts and helping a lot of people.
I'll keep watching Project Victory. People can see it on my Instagram. I always try to repeat your posts. I really appreciate what you're doing, and I look forward to being on the ground there with you guys, because obviously this isn't ending anytime soon. General, I appreciate the fact that you were ahead of the curve in terms of where we wind up. The question is now, what do our leaders do about it? I appreciate you being here, General. We'll keep the conversation going. Thank you both, gentlemen. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.